Welcome back to Puff Drink Talk podcast. I'm Hilton.
I'm George.
Arthur.
And Ron.
And we're going to talk about food today. So Ron is really wanting to talk about food. So
Food
let's
is
talk
good.
about food. Food
Glad to have you here, Ron.
What's that now?
It's just like each episode is unique, so that's what I'm saying. Like it's glad to have you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Glad
Thank
to
Yeah.
have you.
Thank you.
'Cause
I have to learn that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Yeah. Yeah.
My Latin is limited.
Yeah, we're going to talk about food today. Where do you want to go with food? You know, how to prepare or the preferred foods?
Let's talk about international foods.
International foods. Okay.
What's your favorite?
You see, I cook Brazilian steaks quite a bit, right?
Yes.
But that's not my favorite food. I actually like lasagna, as my favorite food. And lasagna with white rice.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting.
It's because all of this sauce, of the lasagna mixed with rice. I do love that. I like that a lot. So, from my Italian family, it just gets me into that kind of food.
I love food, period, so much. And I had the opportunity to learn how to cook working with my father. Mm-hmm. Obviously, my uncle, my brother was a chef, and my other cousins were chefs. So it was a lot of fun watching and learning from a lot of different chefs. And I hated doing it as a job when I worked for them. But one of the things I do a lot of, and my youngest daughter, Joelle, has picked up on this, and we do every year. Thanksgiving is a very big event for us. She's a vegetarian, so I had to get really creative. And she will literally scientifically prepare our menu. And I go out and buy everything, and we prepare all these different dishes. A lot of them with squash and the variety of squashes there are, And we make some pretty darn creative things. I enjoy cooking. I cook at home a lot. One of my other favorite things to do is I like taking tomatoes, and I have one of those big stainless steel pots from when my father had his business, and I make homemade gravy. It's one of my biggest things. I love making homemade gravy. And I'll take, 100 tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, and I blanch them off, and I'll cook them literally overnight. And
Slow cooking.
Slow cooking. Very much probably like you do Brazilian steaks, if I'm not mistaken, right? They're cooked a little more slow, are they?
No, the ribs is on a slower than a steak. Steak is a quick thing.
Okay.
You can have like a very nice Brazilian steak done in 10 minutes, ideally, actually. A lot of heat and like a quick thing. So the Brazilian steak is more about how you cut it than how you cook it. All the different types of meat is how you cook it. It doesn't really matter much how you cut it, right? So of course the cuts are what the cuts are. And normally people do on a slow cook, they do like a roast or something like that. Traditional things like Sunday roast, from Europe. Something like that. It's always slow cook. But Brazilian steaks are quick, fast, a lot of heat, like
Rare, man.
yeah.
So here's one I did recently, and I went to a Celtic festival some time ago here in Austin, and I met this chef who was cooking something that really blew my mind. I love it, and you guys want to try this. You take a head of cabbage, you cut it up in small square pieces, okay? And you put some onions in the dish, a little bit of oil, a little bit of butter, and you start sauteing it, and you throw in some bacon, let the bacon cook in with that, and add heavy cream to that.
Okay.
And you have this pot that's just so delicious. And you've gotten all the vegetable, from the cabbage, but it's a good Irish. It's either Irish or, one of the Celtic areas. But I just really
Celtic
love
is
that.
more like Northern Europe kind
I
of
believe
thing?
so.
Yeah.
I believe
I would-
Wales,
Yeah.
I think. And
Celtic technically is Irish, right? That's
well,
why
I think
the
it
Celtics,
encompasses that
like
whole,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think there would be some gaming meat in there too, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
In
yeah,
this case, he used bacon,
Bacon.
but you could use such as venison or something of that nature. But wow, what a dish! And it's easy to prepare. Real
It's got
easy.
bacon in it.
It's got bacon in it.
It's got a
man.
bacon.
It's got to
Everything
taste
in
good.
bacon's good. Yeah.
But so you take. I always took like about I don't know maybe 10 slices of bacon, dice it up. You saute that off. I pull it out. I put the cabbage in, saute it with onions and some butter in there, and then throw the bacon back in and cream, and tarragon is the spice you use in it, and it really brings out a flavor. I've been using tarragon in a lot of dishes. I just did a chicken with tarragon recently over a bed of rice. It was just. I like to flash pan my chicken. I take a chicken breast, pound it out, flash pan it, like sear it real quick. And then I'll put my butter in there and some onions, and then I throw tarragon in there and just the chicken, the butter, and the tarragon, and it comes out gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. It's nice and tender. I'll come up with things that I'll just start throwing together. I just love doing that.
The thing is when people that know how to cook, like you just mentioning that, is you never use just one ingredient or simple ingredients. You normally you kind of playing with the different types of like sauces and whatnot. So and in the Brazilian cuisine, for example, everything is very simple. It's like beans, rice. It's just garlic, salt, and when it gets a little bit more creative, and then you go to the Brazilian beans stew, which adds meat, like pork meat and whatnot. So that's also a very, very interesting dish. I do like that a lot.
Are you talking about feijoada?
Yeah, the Brazilian.
Feijão.
Feijão?
Beans, black beans,
Okay.
right? So we have feijão. So feijoada made of feijão.
Okay.
It's just like,
Got it.
that's what he's saying. Each state or region will have its own way to do it, So that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to explain. Like,
I'll go even more deep and say that each family has a different way of doing it.
yeah.
Each person thinks differently about what feijoada
family
is.
recipes.
Yeah.
Okay. How many of you gentlemen tried a real Caesar salad, homemade, with egg?
I never had that.
So I take romaine and I wash it and I dry it and dice it up, and then I take egg, lemon juice, blue cheese, and anchovies,
Okay.
and I blend that up real hard, real, so it's like frothy, and then I put it in a dish I put my lettuce in the dish, and I take that and I drizzle it over, and I just drop a couple more crumbles.
croutons.
A couple
yeah,
croutons,
that's what I'm saying. Okay.
crumbled up blue cheese.
Mhm.
It's a world of difference from the creamy stuff we get in all the restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to have fresh garlic in there too. You got to have the fresh garlic in there. It's a world of difference, and I'm willing to bet it's probably 10 times healthier than the creamy stuff that we get in the jar. But it's just so delicious.
Full of starch, probably. Yeah.
Love making that romaine that way.
Yeah.
I remember one time having it at a restaurant where they made it tableside. And so I kind of remembered that, and I duplicated it, and I have that every once in a while too.
You've asked him like his favorite food, right? So I would say I don't have a favorite food, one specific, but anything that involves some salad, maybe some vegetables, and my protein. Because my wife, he can assert to that. Because my wife, she's really good. She tries different things. She's a she's a chemist in the kitchen, right? That's what
Wonderful.
she is, like all the seasonings everywhere,
Oh, yeah.
like she's always trying something new, sometimes crazy, but I tried it. So I like it. I like my protein. I like my greens, the way we do microgreens, basically microgreens. That's it. That's what we do.
Wonderful.
And my protein, which I can vary, right? Because sometimes it's chicken, sometimes it's fish, sometimes it's pork. She loves cooking pork. So this is the ideal meal for me. I would eat twice. I would say 18, 20 hour intermittent fasting, and I would do two meals like that.
Oh, that's
and
wonderful.
I would be just. Of course, I like some fruit, and we eat all the time. Yogurt, like Greek yogurt. We take care of the ingredients and everything, but I would say that you're describing your breakfast and like where we were describing in the previous episode, the time you wake up, That's the same. I wake up from 5 to 5:30, right? So I also the first coffee is at 7 because I wake up my wife with the coffee in the bed. She loves it, So our coffee in there. So I kind of follow the same thing.
Good.
But I would say that my favorite dish is like this: pure protein. It could be fish.
Beautiful.
It could be it could be a lot of different ones, and then just my sides, and I'm fine with that because she increments with seasonings and and cream. She's just pretty good on that.
I love that.
And that's it. Plain, easy, right? Of course, not easy for her because she spent some time.
Yeah.
I got a cool one for you to try. I just made it. Tomato jelly.
All right.
Tomato jam.
Uh-huh.
So I took a bunch of tomatoes and I really cooked them. I didn't take the skin off. Cooked them up. Brown sugar, a little bit cumin, a little clove. It's grated clove.
Mm-hmm.
Some honey, and just let it cook until it became like a jam texture. Just cook it on low heat. Well, first you get it hot, but then you just simmer it for a couple hours, and then you put it in a jar. It's just like jam. You put it over toast. Now you have a tomato jelly.
Okay.
I just made that. I still have some left. So I did that, and I took a little mandarin orange and diced it up. That's what we had for breakfast yesterday. I took a bagel, cut in half. Each of us had a half, and put about 3 or 4 of the small pieces of the mandarin orange on top of the jelly that we put on top of the bagel. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable delicious. And here's another one. You guys, these are easy to make. I'm all into doing something really good tasting, but easy to make. I love fish. I love salmon. Mm-hmm. Okay, love salmon. So I take salmon, get a nice salmon, nice piece of salmon, and I lay out foil and shiny side up. You put it down there, and then I drizzle a little bit of fresh dill from my garden. And I will put a little bit of water in there, just a little bit in there, and some butter. And I seal it up, put it in a pan, and bake it in the oven until it's done, because now it's steaming itself in all that butter and dill. Mm-hmm. And then I saute a little bit of asparagus on the side. Pew! That's it. Just that. It's just beautiful.
That would rainbow trout.
Ah, there you go.
Wouldn't that be?
That would be fantastic.
Oh yeah. That what you're just mentioning that, but instead of a salmon, a rainbow trout.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
That would be good. That's rainbow trout. I also like that a lot.
Yeah.
Arthur, any food?
Yeah. No, I'm thinking what is a
you're
rainbow
a foodie.
trout?
Yeah.
Imagine a salmon that is smaller.
Yeah.
And it is a little bit more gamey as a fish taste.
Yeah.
And it's not as dry as a salmon. That's why he adds, the steam and the water there.
Yeah.
Rainbow trout, you don't need to do the water.
Exactly.
Because it is a little bit juicier. But it's smaller too. So.
Yeah.
Trouts and sea bass is great too.
Sea bass is good.
Yeah. These are all really good fish.
Yeah.
Another thing I like is scallops.
I spent some time in Malta.
Oh, okay.
So Mediterranean food mixed with Arabic food and Italian.
Yeah.
Man,
sounds so.
So give me a dish. I want to hear one.
I don't remember the name of the dishes, but you go to a restaurant over there, and it's a lot of things are geared towards what you get, from the sea, right?
Okay.
So you have the fish tank in there that would have a. And on that fish, you choose what you want, and then they grab it and they cook that one for you. But I don't know how they season it. Probably, something that they do creative and tasty. But seafood in Malta is unbelievable. But yeah, it's. Malta has a great cuisine.
Yeah. So you've traveled, obviously. You've mentioned that. So I took my daughter we went to London, and then we went to Austria, and we did Vienna all the way up to Hallstatt. While in Hallstatt, in the hotel we stayed in, they had a breakfast every morning. And one of the things I found interesting about that European breakfast is, besides having eggs, they had fishes and meats and cheeses and vegetables. And I started doing this now. A lot of times when I have breakfast, I'll slice up some red pepper or green pepper, and I'll do cucumbers along with the eggs and maybe a piece of fish or a piece of meat and cheese. And I thought that was interesting for an area that doesn't have, although they had the water there, I didn't see anybody out on the water fishing in Hallstatt. I'm like, I didn't ask what was going on out there, but you'd think they have a lot more fish, but they were a very meat-heavy area. What things can you tell me about places you've been?
Places I've been, I don't know. I didn't travel as much, but I've been to Costa Rica, and I feel like it's very similar to Brazil. Like their cuisine is like very simple, like very rice, beans, and then a protein, but it's like so flavorful. Like it's, I wouldn't say exactly like Mexican, but kind of a Mexican. So,
okay.
Yeah, overall, like really, really good. And then, of course, if we're talking about meat, Buenos Aires, I've been to Argentina. It's amazing. It's like one of the best meats I've ever had.
Oh,
It's really good.
What's a popular vegetable in Brazil? Is there like one that stands out more than others?
I'll say that's a good question for George because I'm not a vegetable guy. So.
Me neither.
It all depends on who you grew up with, the region you are from. My mom would serve 10, 15 different greens and vegetables, like, you just mentioned cabbage. I would say that broccoli is big there too, because it's easy to cook, and asparagus too. I mean, not when I was a kid. No, wouldn't see asparagus. It was so expensive. I learned it later. It's
I've never had asparagus in my whole life.
Yeah,
in
and
Brazil.
here is just like
Oh, wow.
and, there are a bunch of them. You see, I worked my first job back in Brazil. I worked for this posh restaurant, and then I would see like, oh my god, I've never seen those cooked that way. So
How about that?
Yeah, it's just it was a super fancy restaurant, and I don't know what I was doing there. I think the owners liked me. It was a chain in this restaurant, and then hey, we have this Il Gatto Pardo.
Il Gatto Pardo.
Il Gatto Pardo, right? It's the restaurant back in Brazil.
I think Brazil, what São Paulo in Brazil has one of the best is Japanese food. Because
2 million Japanese in one city.
Oh wow!
2 million Japanese in São Paulo.
Yeah, and then you imagine, the Japanese, of course, is adapted to the Brazilian taste.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then it to me is I've never been to Japan, and it's one of the places that I would like to go and try, because, for example, the best pizza I ever had was in Italy, in a tavern on a very, very small town, 10,000, people, and I would say the best. So the best pizza I had it was in Italy. The best.
And that's
French,
nothing like our pizza here, right?
No. The pizza here is boring.
Yeah.
To be honest with you,
Yeah.
it's nothing.
Pizza in America. It's
Yeah,
not good.
even in Chicago, the pizza, it's a little better than the other places, but it's nothing compared to what we got in Brazil and what I had in Italy. The best French toast I ever had was in France.
Really?
It was just delicious, and it was not in a hotel. It was just like a hostel.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
It was like they would go buy on a local bakery and then bring the French the French bread, and I ate that and I was like, oh, this is good. I mean, just butter, or like very salty butter. It's so delicious. I had a really, really good frog legs and stuff in France. Was really in Paris. It was really, really nice. I didn't think I would like it, and then I was like, well, this is pretty good. Of course, the sauce and the seasoning of that was amazing. In London, the best fish and chips I ever had, and to be honest, my food of choice in London was the steak and ale pie.
Wow!
The steak and ale pie in London. I have one specific pub that I tell people, hey, go to this pub and order these. And then a friend of mine, Junior, he went and then like, hey, Hilton, I found that pub, and I went and it's really good, that steak and ale pie. So there are a few things by all of my my traveling around that you find like, oh, the best one I ever had was these. It's like ice cream in Italy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it's so good. You know what I mean?
So mentioning that, I went to Spain, Barcelona, and
wow.
and there's two things that stand out. Just I love the food. I don't like to do like super touristy things. Occasionally we do it, but we like to get in with townspeople. And olives. I've never had. I ate pounds of green olives there. Yeah. And I love olives, but I love them there. And the sangria. There was everywhere where olives and sangria. I think I lived on that the entire time I was there.
Yeah, the best paella I ever had, it was in Barcelona.
Yes. I had
Barcelona, right, George.
Barcelona.
The best paella. And it was such an interesting, because in Brazil and over there you order a paella for yourself, right?
Yes.
But in restaurants in São Paulo, for example, a paella is a little bigger and it's for four people to share.
Okay.
And it's like for the four of us. A
Texas
paella.
size for you, my friend.
Yes. But over there, I was like, no, a paella it comes in a plate. I mean, it's not a plate. It's what it cooks in that. That you
it's
just
like
bring.
a little dish.
Yeah,
it's a small pot.
I know what you're talking about.
Like a small pot.
Yeah, it's a pot, but it's kind of it looks
It's
like
got
a
a little
plate because it's wide and but it's
And
not.
I was gonna say it's little sides.
It's not deep.
It's just
And it was unbelievable. It was really good. I don't know. I've done quite a bit of. I've never been to Portugal. And people say that food in Portugal is amazing.
Really?
But I've never been to Portugal.
Yeah.
Never got the opportunity to go. But
No.
yeah.
Is like this.
Yeah,
one
that
right
one
here?
over there.
Yeah.
That one. Let me
yeah.
put that
Looks
on the
gorgeous.
screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks
It's something else.
gorgeous.
But that one is a little deep. It's a little
maybe this one.
a little less deep than that, but yes.
Okay.
Bigger.
I
but
know exactly. It's a. I
Yeah.
forget what they call it, but you can actually
that
bake
one.
it.
There you go.
You
Yeah.
put it,
But not as big as that.
Yeah, because this is like the Brazilian size.
Yeah.
That's what we do in Brazil. We get one, and then it's for the whole table.
Yeah, not as big as that one,
Yeah.
but it's smaller. And then it was amazing. And then I the one that I selected at the time was like
keep it warmed.
it was a mix that
Yeah.
was like pork, beef, and a seafood in it. And
Yeah.
like prawns and some fish. And it was
The
like,
prawns are good.
how can you mix 3 different types and still taste
and
delicious?
and you can really identify the different flavors too. It's not all
Yeah,
sewed
exactly.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One recipe that I would say that stands out for me is the escondidinho, which is cousins of shepherd pie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, it's like I just wrote it here, like carne seca, which is a heavily salted sun-dried beef.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
That is desalted, boiled, and shredded.
Yeah, that is very famous in Brazil, that dish. It's pretty
Then
good.
you have a kind of a creamy mash.
Okay.
People do it with potatoes, but we do it cassava, right? That's what we do.
Yeah, usually, yeah.
Yeah. Just to that, like, of course, it's not only that, right? It says your tomatoes, cilantro, onions, garlic, all salted, and then you have the creamy right? So this creamy mash that has butter, milk, cream until it becomes incredibly smooth, velvety, and is lightly stretchy. And finally, the gratin topping. So you grate topping with like Brazilian cheese, which is queijo coalho, queijo milho.
Is that like a goat cheese of some sort, or?
It's how would you describe this? People use mozzarella too, right?
Yeah, I'll go like coalho is like closer to mozzarella.
Yeah.
Close
It's just
to
that like
Yeah.
it's not the same, but it's closer because
Close.
it's not like a super strong.
Yeah, you put it.
cheese.
You put it in the wheelhouse that I was looking for.
Yeah. And you just wanna like normally you wanna like grill it and then serve with maybe like honey or something, and
Nice.
half of the steak.
Yeah, that's what
that's
it is.
what we do a lot. So yeah.
Very nice.
So
Very nice.
yeah, so it's usually in a deep dish like this. So the meat is hidden, right? Like as it's supposed to be, right? So the little hidden one. That's what the translation for escondidinho is.
The other, like in Munich, I had sausages. It was really good. But very similar to the sausages you can get in the south of Brazil
Okay.
too. So yeah.
So in San Francisco, I had this dish that was literally 20% chicken that was really fried. It was like a Szechuan style, but it had all the chili peppers. It was like 80%. I'll say 70% chili peppers and maybe 30% chicken. But the way they did it was the most amazing flavor, And besides tearing up my stomach that night,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
delicious, you know. And I found a place here that makes it, but not as intense. It's more of a 70-30 the other way. 70%
Gee, I'm
chicken.
hungry now. I'm
know.
hungry now. All this
We gotta-
conversation, yeah.
We got to wrap up in here. We didn't talk about Indian food yet that I had in UK.
yeah.
We saved that for a different episode. Thank
There
you very
you go.
much
Thank
for
you so
watching.
much.
Thank you, Ron, once more.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Don't forget to subscribe, like,
do all
and
those
fol-
things.
Yeah, and follow us on Spotify. Thanks.